Well, Secret Service assigned to Vice President Harris exhibited bizarre behavior. There's one report of an actual fist fight unprovoked with another agent. And that's just the start of it. Put up the picture of the VP full mask. Now, depending on what outlet you got the information from, per CBS News, authorities say a U.S. Secret Service agent assigned to Vice President Kamala Harris exhibited, quote, distressing behavior. Distressing behavior. Now, I'm going to provide some additional content to what distressing behavior means. Monday morning at Joint Base Andrews, and because of this distressing behavior, the Secret Service agent was hospitalized. VP Harris was traveling and was not present at the airbase at the time of this distressing behavior. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. In a statement provided to CBS News, the U.S. Secret Service said that about 9 a.m. local time on Monday, the agent, quote, began displaying behavior their colleagues found distressing. The agent was removed from their assignment while medical personnel were summoned. Harris was at the Naval Observatory at the time, USS Secret Service said, and the incident had, quote, no impact on her departure from Joint Base Andrews. Two sources briefed on the situation told CBS News the agent spouted gibberish, was speaking incoherently, and provoked another officer physically. The agent in question pushed the special agent in charge while they were near the lounge of Joint Base Andrews. Sources said it occurred about 1 hour before Harris arrived at the airbase for a flight to Wisconsin. The agent was immediately handcuffed and detained by other Secret Service agents who intervened. Ambulances were called to the scene. After an initial medical eval, the agent was admitted to a hospital, sources said. There was no indication of substance abuse at this time, according to the narrative from Secret Service. Now, I'm going to highlight USSS. USSS remains in a temporary holding pattern until further information becomes available, the source said, after the agent receives additional medical attention and further evaluation. It will be determined if they can return to work. An internal review will be conducted by the Secret Service and will assess if the agent's top secret security clearance will be removed for medical reasons or reasons due to discipline. The sources have disclosed that at this time, this is being treated as a medical incident. It's being treated as a medical incident, okay? And not an issue where he is being punished, given the nature of the what they call clear mental health challenges exhibited by the agent. Now that's CBS News. So according to CBS News and the report they received, the Secret Service agent who is assigned to VP Harris started to exhibit this behavior, talking gibberish, physically assaulting not simply a colleague, but a colleague who is a supervisor. And because of this extreme behavior that seemed completely unprovoked, they recognized it to be a medical issue immediately. They detained him for safety reasons and did not call police. They called an ambulance to take him to the hospital. Now, if you go to the New York Post, New York Post says the agent who instigated the fight was armed. Now, this is not what CBS News said. This is the New York Post. The agent who instigated the fight was armed and grew aggressive with others. Meaning, according to the New York Post, we're not talking about just one individual and a scuffle. We're talking about multiple individuals and aggression. The Washington Examiner reported this as well. A detail shift supervisor and special agent in charge pushed him to cool off. But then a fight broke out. That's according to the report. That agent acted erratically when he arrived and eventually got on top of the special agent in charge of the vice president and began to punch him over and over again. That's according to Real Clear Politics. They reported that part of it. Afterwards, the unnamed agent was reportedly handcuffed and received medical attention. All right, now, that's about all of the variations of the story from mainstream and alternative media. What's interesting is that it seems as if CBS News just took a press release and said, yeah, this is exactly what happened, what the Secret Service told us. All right, it was a medical issue from day one, from the moment it happened. Obviously, this upstanding individual would have never gotten into a fist fight with somebody else. Secret Service. And then New York Post comes and says, he was kind of talking ish to a lot of people. And he got on top of the special agent in charge, the boss, and punched him over and over again. Now, here's what we don't have. There is zero evidence presented that this is, in fact, a mental health issue. It's a narrative, yes, but there is zero evidence presented that this is what it is. I'm not saying it is not. I'm saying there's no evidence presented that says it is. Let me put it another way. If you and me would have done that, we would not have gone to a hospital. We would have gone to jail. Now, if there was a mental health issue, maybe that gets worked out at some point down the line in your judicial proceeding. But definitely, it would not have happened that way. There's a benefit of the doubt here, maybe even on the extreme side, some level of cover up, not wanting this to get out. And then on top of that, these are agents assigned not to an auxiliary office. This is not uniform division. This is the top of the top. This is the cream of the crop. They are assigned to the vice president of the United States. More information to come, obviously. This is still a developing story, sharing hell of a twist and a lot of turns. What say you?
Very concerned I am. And I would hope that the vice president and her staff is also concerned. Sure, this could be a mental health issue, but I too saw and gleaned what you did from the limited reporting. We have to know more that is out there right now. But when someone's armed and a heartbeat away from the woman who would take over for the presidency of the United States, we've got to figure out things first. And then, as you mentioned, very special detail here, then figure out if the individual has something else going on. But what's described in various reports, as you indicated, Dr. Ritchie, is showed up a little agitated, was told to calm down, basically paraphrasing, and then got into it. Didn't appreciate the way he was apparently told to sit back and calm down. That sounds like an everyday workplace matter. Okay, this is concerning.
Very much so. Very much so. All right, we will bring you updates as they come. We're going to stay on top of the story.